Alright, we're back at you again. Joe and Kaden, Shadow Emporium. We're going fucking raw this time. No condom, no professional footage, just the phone screen. Excuse me. Today we're cooking the national dish of Kazakhstan, beshbarmak. We're using beef, and we're also making our own pasta. So stay tuned, that should be interesting. I've never done that before. Kaden has, so he's going to teach me the ways. But Kazakhstan is a country in Central Asia. It's the 9th largest country in the world by land mass. Pretty sparsely populated though. But the two largest cities are Almaty and Astana. And I believe Astana is the capital. So we're using 3 pounds of chuck roast. So we're going to cut this basically into quarters. Take the bone out because we're going to use that in the soup or in the broth as we boil it for extra flavor. And I'm cutting this into 4 pieces, and we're using 3 of them. I'm going to cook one up for myself later, which will not be filmed. It's my personal steak. And now I'm going to dance around a little bit.
Next, we are putting 3 liters of water into a medium saucepan. We are going to let that come to a little simmer, and then put our beef in, letting it boil, because this is a boiled meat recipe. Next, we are going to be preparing the other sides, currently the carrots. Just wash that down, shred it like you normally would, and then just, cut it up into little cubes.
So we're going to chop up a large onion, dice it up, because we're going to use half of this onion in the broth along with the carrots. And we're also going to use the other half to caramelize for toppings. And we're going to use ghee and avocado oil. So stay tuned for that. As the water is boiling, we're going to skim the fattiness of the beef juice. We're going to skim like the scum and foam off.
Once you are done skimming the beef, you will have to take it out. You're going to let it dry because we're going to be cutting it up a little later. Next, we're putting in our aromatics, our carrots and our onions. A little odd that there's no broccoli, but, I'm not one to question. Next, we're cutting it up. We like to do the strip cube method, where you just, cut it into little steak strips and then cut it into cubes. Once that's done, we put it all back into the pan to boil. Mix with a tablespoon of cumin and a little extra salt to taste, along with black pepper. About a teaspoon or so. We don't really measure the black pepper, but you probably don't either.
So we're gonna put the onions into the fucking pan. And we're gonna caramelize them using ghee and olive oil. I said avocado oil before. That was in fact a lie. And now Kaden Geyer, last name reveal. He's gonna be making the pasta and he's gonna be putting in half a teaspoon of salt. And he's gonna be cracking eggs, baby. Gonna whisk the eggs with a fork. He's gonna whisk them up. He's doing it. And then he's putting in the flour a little bit at a time. So it actually turns out we did not have enough flour. But then we got more.
Next up, we just gotta knead the pasta. Crucial step of pasta making is kneading it up, using your hands, making sure all your experience comes to work. Then you want to beat it down. We used a rolling pin, but, there's other ways to do it. I don't know which ones they are, but you can do it another way. But we rolled it out. And you want to make sure it's super, super thin. As thin as it can possibly be. As thin as paper. Just beautifully flour the surface and just get to rolling. Like Fred Durst said, keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, rolling. Rolling.
That was badass.
Skip the rest of the shit. Next, we're cutting our pasta. Now, this is going to be a thick pasta, so it's going to be a little bit like lo mein. So we're going to cut it into squares and then cut those squares into littler squares. Next, we salt the pasta water and we put it in. Make sure you don't do what I did, which was sort of flap it around and then play with it and then, use it and then put it in. Just put it straight in. Yeah.
By the way, we did not use a big enough pot straight up, so that's our mistake.
Yes.
So, as you guys can see, we kind of used too small of a pot. The biggest one we had, we were using for the meat and the broth. But here's the moment of truth. Kaden is straining the pasta. The homemade pasta for our dish, for Beshbarmak, the national dish of Kazakhstan. The time has come, and we're getting ready to plate this meal right now. And Kaden's putting it in his mouth. He's analyzing it.
Yes. My go.
Just about struggles to school. Nonsense.
We're reacting to this meal that we made about Kazakhstan. The pasta's good. The meat's pretty tender. A lot of flavor. The flavor's good. I taste like cheese.
The pasta that's too thick, it's alright.
I like it. The carrots are quite tasty.
And how much is the meat?
What? I don't know. Maybe try it.
Just chill. It's all lax vibes. The meat, I will say, is a little tough.
Yeah.
I probably could have like tenderized for longer.
Yeah.
The bucans already is very similar to the last dish we made. And we are aware. So I'm gonna mix it up next time. I don't think caramelized onions definitely give it that extra flavor profile.
That was hard, but I understood what you meant.
Coca-Cola is the national drink of Kazakhstan.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Total American victory. Oh, really? Not horse milk?
Coca-Cola and horse milk. You never have milk Coke? Coke milk?
Oh, do they have their own special kind of horse
Yeah.
milk made by Coke there?
Well, no, like, have you never mixed Coca-Cola and milk together and drank it?
No.
That's like a thing, apparently. I've never done it. No, it is a thing.
That's vile.
People do that. It's gross.
We're with Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
Why
Milk and
can't you put it in
Pepsi.
Coke?
That'll do it. Either way,
How's all you?
the Kazakhstanian version of that, Kazakh version of that is Coca-Cola and horse milk. Yeah.
It was really cool because when you like everybody's just in like shirts with English and or like there's a lot of people watching like Dragon Ball Z over there.
It's not American.
Also like the Yankees.
You make a good point.
It's like those clips of those Liberian guys wearing the "I'm not a guy at college, just about to take a look" shirts. It was like, I don't think they know.
My brother got a crazy shirt from Italy.
Well,
He
it's
said
okay.
some shit in Italian. It's honestly like
Exactly.
I feel like if we ate traditional like Kazakhstan Beshbarmak, it would be like much better.
Oh my god.
It would be much better.
Fuck. Sorry, so we just ate the, what was it called?
We ate the Beshbarmak from Kazakhstan. It was
We're
pretty
very
good.
We just like to say this is also an apology video. You know?
I'd
You
like
wanna-
to apologize
you
because
wanna
I would
take
really
accountability?
like to like explore this country and like go there and like possibly teach English, and just like spend time in Kazakhstan. So, Central Asia is a part of the world that's always fascinated me, and we're actually gonna do more meals from more Central Asian countries, almost as redemption. But let me say, I'm sorry, Kazakhstan, if we offended you by making this horrible dish.
Yeah, we just want to say it's like
But-
we love all cultures across the world and the cuisine, and you know
Let's go.
we really want to like represent because so we're
But
sorry.
we love you, Kazakhstan, and
Yeah.
I want to learn more about you and explore your history.
Yeah. Don't block him from immigrating. Please.